my dear viewers. I hope you all are doing well. I'm Seema Chhoriya, and I bring to you another celebrated figure from the world of Indian academia. Nothing is impossible. The word itself says, I am possible. Positive thinkers don't wait for others to tell them what they should do in any precocious situation. For them, things may get different, but never impossible. Slowly and steadily, they progress and achieve what they aspire for. Please join me in welcoming Mrs. Vibha Khosla, Principal Shri Ram Global School, Delhi West. Welcome to Great Principals, ma'am. It's truly an honor to have you today.
Namaskar and thank you so much. I reciprocate the same feelings.
Great, ma'am. So it's truly a privilege for us to have you today on our show and discuss your journey, your viewpoints, and your thoughts on education. So let us begin where it all started. So, once upon a time, you started this journey as an educator with an open mind and a heart that passionately believes in the greatness of this vocation. So, tell me, what is your personal approach to learning strategies that work for all students consistently?
Okay. So, a lovely question. Learning strategies are something that we've been talking about so much. My first strategy that works for any educator is love, unconditional love. That's very important. For any teacher, it's important to be with your student with a perfect rapport. How do we form a rapport? The rapport that's there between a father and a child, a mother and a child, the similar feeling needs to be carried forward to the classroom. We need to understand our children. We need to listen to our children. We need to encourage our children. We need to give them an environment of happiness. Now, once all these things are taken into consideration, then teaching becomes easy because they want to come to the institution. They feel wanted. They feel loved. Once this is done, it's very important that clear instructions are there. Academics are made interesting. They should not be just related to the books. Instead, they should be relatable to life. They should not only be limited to the books. Life does not give us a syllabus. Why are we restricting our children, just to some syllabus and just within the books? That this is the question that's going to come. So, the higher order thinking, the curiosity, has to develop, the creativity has to develop, the collaboration has to develop. So, these are a few things that need to be taken care of when we are teaching. And believe me, it's no rocket science if you work from your heart. So, we have one initiative at our school that we call Dil Se. And usme we say that whatever you do it from your heart. So that's very, very important for a teacher as well as for a student.
What a beautiful note. Do everything they'll say, It's such a lovely thing. And I think the most important thing which I took from your answer is that one of the most important factor for a teacher is to connect to their students. That connect needs to be established, and the connect of unconditional love, like a parent needs to be established out there, friend, guide, mentor in different roles, so that the child feels comfortable and being wanted. So beautiful answer out there. And yes, anything which is being done by love is reciprocated back to you, and even the child give it back. They give their best when someone is showing so much confidence in them. So beautiful answer out there, and a lot of takeaways for our teachers out there. Connect your children well and see the magic happening. Moving ahead to the next question. Starting off as a teacher, you have been on this journey for quite some time now. You reached the summit through sheer hard work. As a school leader, you are known for the work you do within the school, and sometime that earns you recognition beyond the school walls. So which awards has given you recognition beyond the school walls?
Okay. So, the award and the reward for any teacher who's there in this industry cannot be limited to one particular name. I would not name any award. I would not ever, say the pay packet. But the recognition that you get as a teacher when children who've grown up, who've turned up to be surgeons, who've turned up to be engineers, who are going ahead and taking up this journey further, who've turned up to be photographers, and the ones who were not able to cope up initially and are doing well today, the recognition that you get from those children, those parents, I think that's the biggest award that I treasure. Because those children still remember you. They say, yes, ma'am, we remember you. You were the one who encouraged us. You were the one who told us that we can and we being able to take this journey ahead. So for me, that's the biggest award, reward, and everything. That means everything. That's the ultimate.
So true, when you are the reason of shaping so many lives, how can be any other recognition be bigger than this? So to all my dear viewers, there is one more recognition which is beyond school walls, and there are many, but this would be particular one which I'm mentioning. Ma'am is also a recipient of Dr. S Radhakrishnan Memorial National Teacher Award. So congratulations to you on that too, because when you do the good work, it is actually recognized and being shared by others too. So moving ahead, ma'am, to a next question, talking about the virtues of teachers. We all know that patience is a requisite virtue in teachers. You too can be distressed by your personal or otherwise challenges. So how can teacher under duress still show patience in classroom full of hyper energy?
Lovely question, Seema ji. We all tend to lose our patience. And
Yeah.
if I say that I have not lost my patience during this journey, then I think I'm lying. And every teacher does. But then, how do we regulate ourselves? That's very, very important for each one of us. Now, see, when do we lose the patience? We lose our patience when we're feeling stressed. So, a very important quality that I have seen in myself, and I have been seeing it in teachers as well, when they come to the school, when they come to the organization where they see children, they forget what was going on in their life. And they suddenly, they're very, very happy because they look at these children give you the energy. Why are we there in this profession? They say that people who are in the teaching profession, they always stay young, and specifically the ones who are with the younger ones, they stay even younger because they keep listening to those talks. Their mind doesn't get into the other things. So it's very, very important for any teacher. And what we've seen is that when we come to the class, when we look at the children, they are the energy pills, they are the stress busters. So even if we lose patience, and if we are, being a little loud or we are being strict with the children, children would understand. Now, why do they understand? They understand similarly, a similar situation when a mother scolds a child, or a mother even hits a child, the child on, within 2 to 5 minutes, the child will forget that. And so does the mother. Similarly, when you love your children so much, when I say that you work with them, it's not just for working, but you working as a, they'll say, and you want to be a part of them, you're connected to them, you love them, you get that love back, then even when you lose the patience, children understand. So it's important for us as teachers to have that kind of a bonding with our children, that they understand our shortcomings and we understand and respect their shortcomings. A very important factor is not to be judgmental, not to take grudges along. So even if a teacher loses patience, she has to tell the children that, I'm sorry. I ask for forgiveness. So we are teaching our children the value of forgiveness. We're teaching our children that yes, we all lose our cool. It's very normal. But then to manage it, if we have stress, to manage that stress is extremely important. So that's what I would like to say, that, every time something happens, always try to inculcate some or the other value in the children. And this is what now CBSE is also saying. They're talking about skills, they're talking about values, they're talking about competencies. This is what we have to ingrain in our students. So without syllabus, we are working.
Beautiful thought, ma'am. I think they're very beautifully described that yes, we all are humans. Teacher are also human. We make mistakes. We lose our control at times. But most important thing is how do you share another value out there so that children learn that it's okay to spill out your emotions, but how it is important to manage and come back and manage, be at your cool. So wonderful. And I think I also went back to my school days. I belong to that prankster kind of a group, the naughty group of the class. And we, अरे आज मैम का मूड खराब है, आज कोई मस्ती नहीं करेगा. So you rightly said children can make out.
Absolutely, that happens. See, children
Yeah.
understand our vibrations, and we
Yeah,
have to
yeah.
reciprocate the same way.
Yeah, so I could so very well connect to it. Yes, yes. Children do understand each and everything, what is going around, what is going in ma'am's mind. Is she happy? Is she sad? So, we also as students also try to adjust themselves as per teacher's mood. And yeah, so this is what we have learned from our teachers also. Be whatever we have to show up and stay calm. So wonderful
Yes.
answer, ma'am. Going ahead to our next question. Ma'am, as we need someone to guide us, we also need someone to hold our hand when we go wrong. It's a tough path. It's not an easy path. Educating so many children, we may go wrong at times, or we may not turn up to the mark. So, who is that educationist you look upon for your advice, inspiration, and support?
Okay. So there are two people that I look up to, and one of them is Dr. Manisha Sharma. She's also a principal, very humble person, very humble person. She's so dynamic, but when you look at her, she will just make herself feel as if she's just nothing. So I just like, and I am really inspired by her. The second person is Mr. Rajiv Duggal. He is a principal and also he's the owner of one of the schools. So I've learned a lot from him. How to be patient, how to handle things with grace. So these are the two people I actually look up to. But if you say that I have to seek for an advice or something, then it's Dr. Manisha Sharma that I generally go up and look up to her.
So, if I ask you that, how would you tell your children that why is it important to have mentors in our life? What would be your answer?
Okay. See, it's very important to tell the children that we don't know everything. And a lot of times that we get struck. Sometimes teachers really feel offended if a child is going to ask them a question and the teacher is not able to answer. The teacher would say, just keep quiet, don't ask questions like this, right? I would rather say, Beta, I think, I also need to learn this. So let's just, we have a strategy in the classrooms of parking lots. So we put the question there on the parking lot. So let's put it on the parking lot and let's get back to this. So, that's a way to tell them that we also need somebody, and somebody is not always Google. Because Google at
Right.
times, you get information if you're not searching it with the right keywords, the information goes wrong. So, the value of guru is very, very important. So, in our school, it's very important that we keep our children grounded, and we really do. The value system is very strong for our students. So when we say value system is very strong, and I refer to children again and again in the assemblies for the Gurukul system, that this is your guru, this is the person that you should treasure. This is the person who could be helping you. And with this, we've started another system in our classes, which is the buddy system. So once you start talking to your buddy, then you start understanding that there could be somebody who could be there for help. So it has to be a very gradual process, and then definitely, children do learn. But if you keep telling them that this, I'm your teacher, respect me, I don't think, or ask me whatever, I'm the final person. So they would never get it. So we have to change ourselves accordingly.
Absolutely. And I think children are the biggest observer. If you want them to do or follow anything, just practice that thing. That is the key, I suppose. Yeah, yeah. Because, they are so
Be a role
observant that,
model.
yeah, we
You
have to
have
be a
to be
role
a role
model.
model.
Right,
Yes.
ma'am. And I really love the thought where you spoke about the buddy system. I think children are very much comfortable with their peers. They can share, they can talk, and they learn also better. The peer education is kind of the top kind of education which can be imparted. That is what the research says. So this kind of buddy system should be, practiced by every school, I suppose, wherein children are very much at comfort level. Yes, there is someone whom I of my age whom I can just talk and discuss my issues, and or maybe some particular thing that I need to understand. So wonderful takeaways from your answer there. So
So I
moving
shared
ahead.
another interesting thing that, what
Sure.
happened was that the attendance of the children, because of the online system, started declining. Children were like, they got fed up with this system. So we saw that there was a decline. So we again made the buddies. And the teacher, the moment she logs in and she sees that the attendance is less, she tells, okay, come on, call your buddies. And within those first 3 to 4 minutes, all the calls are made and the students are called. So the ones who are even, running away from the class would want to come in. So these things do help. These things do help.
Certainly, ma'am. Even at our age, also, when we have someone, we look forward. Okay, my kind of people are there. The one with whom I love interacting are there. I'll just step in this class and sit for a while. So this really works. Again, a beautiful takeaway that this system really works, whether you're on a online mode or a offline classroom mode. So on this lovely buddy system, we move to the next question, which is called rapid fire round, ma'am. So here you have to answer in one word or a statement would do, right? So we will begin with our first question. And our first question says, how do you spend your recreational time?
These days, it's reading or listening to the podcasts.
All right, wonderful. Tell us about a funny or a weird incident in your life.
Okay. So I've been a very naughty child, and anytime once what happened that in our house we had a big garden, and there was hedge. So I was playing with the matchsticks and I just happened to put it there and the whole hedge burnt. And the whole house, everybody got this thing that who's burnt it, and I was just probably just 5 years old. I did not word out. And now at the age of 50, I finally disclosed it, that I was the one, that you were hunting for. So I've done all kind of pranks. So I respect children for doing this, and only they have the brain. They will use it in this manner. So they just have to be directed.
What a beautiful incident. So after almost 45 years, you revealed, all right, so I was behind it. Wow, interesting incident. So to all my dear students out there, you first of all just tell your parents wherever you do anything. Don't make them wait so long.
Absolutely, absolutely. We didn't have the
Moving
guts, right? We never had the
true,
guts. Now children do
true.
have the guts, so that's the difference.
Yeah, we were the one who was actually prepared that all right, now we'll get beatings, we'll get not only
Yes,
scolding, they will beat us also, or some very harsh punishment. These days parents like us are, okay, it's okay, fine. That's
absolutely.
okay.
We changed as a
Yeah,
parent.
yeah. So parenting has certainly changed almost 360-degree. Now it has become something very, very different from what it used to be. So moving ahead to our next question. What is the last thing you do before you call it a day?
Okay. So before I call it a day, I try to read something. Whether I just fall asleep, but yes, there's always a book at my bedside.
Wonderful, great. So, ma'am always sleeps by reading something, and then that is how she's sleeping and moving in her dream world from the book
See,
world,
I'm
right?
not promising the reading part because I'm so tired by the day end. But yes, I do open the book. I love to do that.
All right. Moving ahead to our next question. Any non academic activity that you pursue diligently?
Um, yes, I am very fond of walking. I've been very fond of playing also. So that's something I really like to do. Then I like to do embroidery, though it's taken a back seat now, but yes, that's something that I've really liked. I also like to try experimenting with cooking. So, I mean, these are all stress busters. It's not that there's too
Right.
much of time given to it, but yes, at times these things are important. And
It is.
sometimes music.
Certainly, ma'am, and I think it's very important for our students also to continue pursue their hobbies. It truly is a stress busters, and it actually helps them to focus better on their academics.
Absolutely.
Right. So moving ahead to the last question in this segment, if you were given a wish to meet three people from the past, which three people would be they?
Okay. Uh, the first person, okay, it's a let me not take it to a very serious this thing you're saying from the past. So I would the first person I would like to meet again is my mother. The second person I would like to meet is my childhood friend. I still remember her, Gunvanti. We were in grade one together. And the third person that I would want to meet, can't think about. I mean, I got a
Okay.
little too overwhelmed with the first one. So
So let me help you out here. You told me that you love reading. So if any bygone author or writer you would like to meet, who would be that?
okay, then Chanakya. I love Chanakya Nitis, the way he has written it. I really like that. So I would like to meet him.
Yeah, true. But at time I really get annoyed at Chanakya the way he portrays the females. At times when you read, just
See,
especially that.
I agree with you because that's there. There are a lot of things in our mythology also, but then we need to pick up the best. That's what
True.
is important, you know.
Completely agree with you. So to all my female viewers out there, follow Chanakya Niti. It's really good. Just ignore the part he misses on
Absolutely.
to
I
the women.
agree. I agree. Totally.
Yeah. So things have changed. Women have now reached to the sky. So there is no more applicable there. So this was very interesting section, and we really enjoyed knowing you here. Some fun facts revealed, what you do, what you not do, what you enjoy. So to all my viewers, now we have reached to the last question of the show, which is viewers' choice question. This question has been shared by my viewers, and this is the one which I have picked for you. They say that we are slowly moving towards a digital world when the pandemic expeditiously threw the education world in the eye of a storm. Teachers and staff, along with the parents and children, seemed to be caught off guard and had to, through a lot of fast paced learning, to use technology for learning or teaching. So, according to you, which current learning methodology is appropriate for both teachers and learners?
Okay. Are you referring this with the digital word as well? So I think the biggest benefit of this is adaptative learning because the child can learn at his or her own pace. So that's very, very important. Even for us as educators and facilitators, it's very important that if you don't know something, once I was just on the phone trying to find out kaise hoga, kaise hoga. So, somebody said, why do you have to bother so much? Why don't you just go on the YouTube and see there is a complete tutorial for everything? So, technology has to be imbibed by each one of us. When we say the learning methods, then I think here it could be blended learning, here it could be flipped learning, here it could be adaptive learning, it could be learning which is multiliterary. So all these things can be now combined and into the whole system of education where children can learn at their own pace. If a child doesn't understand, can child can again go back and see the complete thing. So the child also doesn't have to feel bad that I'm not able to understand. It can be made musical. So we can here cater to all the nine kinds of multiple intelligences which are there um, with the technology and the human touch. And I think that's where our children will start excelling and let them do it on their own instead of the teacher, a good teacher who keeps speaking, who keeps writing on the board. I would say a good teacher who is just a master planner who's sitting and the children are teaching. Let her be the lazy teacher. She's just done her planning. After doing that planning, children are executing, children are doing it. So peer tutoring is happening. So, all these strategies, if we go ahead and take it together, I think we will have our children who would never say that this class is boring. They would love the education system.
Wow, a very, very beautiful thought here that, let the children learn on their own. And I think that is what that makes children fall in love with learning. And ultimately, that is what we want. If we are not lifelong learners, we'll not be able to survive. everything is
Absolutely.
evolving and changing drastically. We don't know tomorrow after 5 years what is going to happen. So learning is a capability which we all need to work on. So to all my dear viewers, ma'am Vibha ma'am has very beautifully put up that if we encourage children to learn on a self learning mode, that is when we can prepare them for future, and that is when they will enjoy learning. So beautiful thought here. So thank you so much, ma'am. I thoroughly enjoyed this conversation. There was so much to learn from you. And Vibha ma'am, through your sheer expertise and will to do good, you are a part of that committed group of educators who is ushering in a progressive change. So I, on behalf of my viewers, thank you for taking us time to talk to us about your vision, your journey as an educator, and challenging our thoughts that will benefit our society and the world in a big way. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Namaskar, and my gratitude to each one of you, for whoever is going to be hearing this out, and to you, Seema for taking out this platform, which is extremely, extremely important for us to know so many more, so many more people who are there in this journey. So thank you.